A local military dog was honored in Washington, D.C. Veteran Brad Mearsney accompanied Paco as he was awarded a Medal for Bravery and Distinguished Service Medal, both from Animals in War and Peace.
Paco has already received nearly every honor a military dog can get, including a commemorative Purple Heart. He's credited with sniffing out 33 explosive devices in Afghanistan, which saved hundreds of lives.